for choosing among alternative organizational forms. Yet, if its strategy is faulty, a company's organization, however sound, cannot compensate for this deficiency. The failure of Kodak to recognize the strategic importance of digital photography is a case in point. On the other hand, an unsuitable organization will handicap a company from delivering sufficiently on its strategy, however well conceived this might be. For example, some business schools fail to capitalize on market opportunities because their faculty are organized in traditional supply-side departments rather than in customer-oriented program teams. Additionally, the formulation of a sound strategy in the contemporary business world relies on knowledge and insight being provided from all levels and units within a company. An inability to motivate and coordinate these inputs because of inadequate organization can prevent a good strategy from being formulated in the first place. Superior organization offers one of the last sustainable sources of competitive advantage. The gains previously to be had from market entry barriers, proprietary technology, and scale economies have become steadily eroded by trade liberalization, technology transfer, and the development of flexible production technologies. Most resources and technologies can either be acquired from the market or imitated. Organization, on the other hand, is an asset that each company has to develop to suit its own needs and situation, and it cannot be bought off the shelf. The globalization of markets and value chains, competitive pressures, and the ever-shortening cycles of innovation place an increasing premium on the ability to organize a wide array of resources, especially human resources, so as to make speedy, intelligent, and coordinated moves in the competitive game. We live in a challenging and dynamic time for organization. It is often said that the conventional ways in which companies and other collective endeavors have been organized in the past are inadequate for 21st century conditions. Also, their two foundations, hierarchy and bureaucracy, today attract hostility because in the public mind they are associated respectively with exploitation and inefficiency. There has been a great deal of hype about an organizational revolution in which new forms are emerging that move away from the fundamental tenets of conventional organization. The gurus have had a field day, and much of the discourse on the subject has left sober evaluation way behind. Actually, despite the availability of some surveys and case studies, it is difficult to gain an overall picture of the organizational innovations that are taking place. They appear to have progressed further in some parts of the world, such as the Nordic countries, than in others. It is therefore timely to review new organizational ideas and practices, compare them with conventional wisdom, and on this basis offer guidelines for practice. Organization aims to present state-of-the-art principles and practice in the organizing of collective activities, primarily with reference to business companies. While there is much to criticize about the wider social costs of the way most organizations are structured and governed today, these are discussed in chapters 16 and 18. The main focus of this book is on how people and their work can be organized so as to achieve the objectives of the unit in which they are employed, or to which they are contracted. I appreciate that this begs some absolutely fundamental questions as to the appropriateness of such objectives, and who has the power to determine them, issues which ultimately determine whether organization is a force for social good or evil. Others have discussed these issues and the way that the failure to resolve them threatens a major crisis in contemporary societies. Without naively claiming that the design of organization can be treated as a purely technical matter, divorced from these wider issues, the main focus of this book will nevertheless be on the more practice-oriented question of the behavioral and performance consequences of organizational design. I returned